welcome to the Two Cubes podcast. We are not kazooing today because we got some technical issues going on. So the kazoos are only for the end and for the entertainment.
You're not supposed to let them know what's happening behind the curtain, Chuck.
Oh, don't worry. The curtains are here just to hide Jack.
You're gonna ruin.
He
the
just
magic.
has stage fright.
Imagine I did it from back there.
Yeah, Jack, we're putting you behind a curtain from now on.
Like the fucking Oz.
Yes, he's Jack of Oz.
Are you gonna need this?
No, I have another one over there.
Okay.
So two cubes. Welcome,
yes.
welcome.
Welcome
Settle
to the
in.
Two Cubes podcast. This is episode 6. Super exciting episode today. We got nonsense to talk about, and we are reviewing another Arizona hard cowboy cocktail, 5% alcohol.
I don't believe him.
It's lemonade.
I mean, Arizona, I love what you do. Amazing how you keep the prices so low. Little unnerving, actually. But
Not on the booze.
I don't think Cowboys would have touched your stuff. I got to be honest.
I don't know, man. I've seen some cattlers.
All right, let's do it. You poured
All
me
right.
one nice. Thank you.
We have these nice
Cheers.
cups so we can share our.
Cheers.
I've only seen these in tall boys, so I would slam it, but there was only 2
Yeah,
in the store.
they sell it just like they sell their regular iced tea.
Yeah.
Cheers. This one goes to Jack. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
To Jack.
I like your purple joggers, Jack. I didn't know you were a Sacramento Kings fan.
All right, very good. It's great lemonade.
Delightful.
It's the best lemonade. No, it's
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's not like overly sweet. Every
it just tastes like lemonade. This is very
Yeah.
good.
it's crazy. Is there even alcohol in that? It does say 21 plus on the side. So
It claims to. I don't-
unless there's, I mean, maybe if there's cum in it, then they're just like you got to be 21 to drink.
If you're down to clown, no, it's boy, you can have a lot of those.
That really is good. I gotta say, like it's not. It's I was expecting it to be crazy sweet. But
Yeah.
it
But
tastes
next time
like,
I'm on a subway, I'm going to be drinking Arizona hard lemonades.
I'm surprised.
I'm going to
'Cause,
try
like,
the
all
sweet
their other
tea later.
shit is crazy sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to try the sweet tea later. That's going to be real sweet, but that's good. I'll go with we'll go with 21 out of 24.
21 out of 24. All right.
Solid, right down the middle score.
And you know, in terms of hard lemonades, I'm gonna go even higher than that, man. I'm gonna go 22.9 out of 22.9. Everybody,
Wow, a perfect score.
because it's the best hard lemonade I've ever had. So now it's set the bar. you
This
know?
does beat the shit out of Mike and his hard lemonade. So
does.
he better step his game. He's been in this game for 1,000 years. Arizona just gets in and beats him. Come on, can't do that. It's nuts.
See, now I'm starting to get where you get these crazy scales from, because it makes it way more. It makes the score way more intense when you drop the number, because everybody's like, "Is it going to be out of 1,000? Is it going to be out of
Yeah,
You know?
if you have the same scale all the time, it bores the first number. It makes you garbage.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It really is. Brilliant, Joe.
I don't like when people bastardize it and say, a diamond out of shoe.
I guess you could lead with the opening number, like the denominator. You could be like, out of 10, I give this an 8.5. You know,
I a lot of the time like to do either a decimal or a fraction on the first one, and then do the opposite on the second one. So I'll do like a 35 and 3/5 out of 39.
I've never heard anybody use a fraction. It's always a decimal.
Well, that's why my scale's a little different.
And listen, I know they're the same thing. Okay, I know it's two representations of the same.
Well, especially when you don't break down the fraction.
same.
When you make it 5/25 and someone sits there and goes, "No, asshole, it's 1/5." That's more fun.
Yeah, 5/25. Jerk off.
Yeah, a lot of people. I get a lot of feedback on. That's probably the thing I get most feedback on any of my content is my scale. Sometimes, I mean, when I had shit talk going on, that was the one that got people going. I just don't. I think I ran into a real jackass, impractical
Shit talk,
Joker
look for
situation
that
there.
on Snapchat.
Yes, that was where I interviewed people at urinals,
Plugs,
and
Joe?
now
Your plugs?
people are tough to just. It's fine. It's hard to find somebody to pee next to that doesn't know who I am.
Have you
It's
ever
tough.
been shitting in a public bathroom and you were just like, man, I wish somebody would just ask me a couple of hard-hitting questions right now, you know? Yeah, if you're not the kind of person who likes to shit in peace, then
Yeah.
you're gonna love it's almost like what was the taxi cab trivia show? I forget what the fuck it was
Cash
called.
Cab?
Cash Cab, yeah. It's like Cash Cab, only way worse.
Yeah,
You don't
and you
win
don't make any
anything.
money.
No chance of winning. Well, you might win a lawsuit.
Well, or a free shot, free drink. I will buy drinks for people.
You might have a case in court. I don't know. I don't know the legality of it. But
Oh, it's
anyway,
legal.
Joe.
Don't worry, it's perfectly legal. It's only illegal when they punch me, but it's illegal on their part.
That's why you got to film it.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
someone try and snatch my phone once. Didn't go well.
While they were sitting on the can.
No. We were urinating in a urinal.
Okay, all right. Was he midstream?
I think he had finished. I don't look at the peen.
Yeah.
I leave the penny alone.
Well, that's weird. I mean, you should check. No.
I ask if it's allowed sometimes on the episodes.
First question: can I look at your dick?
I mean,
No, because I would imagine like if you were like recording me and I didn't want you to record me at the urinal, I would use my urine as a weapon against you. You know what I mean?
Well,
I would,
there's
I would
usually a
use my
blocker.
urine stream to repel you. 'Cause nobody wants to get peed on.
I'm not
so you're
easily
gonna
repelled.
jump back.
Oh, you don't know P. Diddler.
That's
do
true.
you?
And all of your clothes are finished with lacquer.
Yeah,
So
I have no
they
problem with
just
that. I'm like a duck. I'll just,
I know you outdoor finish all of your clothes.
yeah, I'll be fine. My lederhosen is waterproofed.
Listen, when you go into a podcast, when you start a podcast called Shit Talk, you got to be prepared.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you gotta be.
You just go into bathrooms of rain slickers. People are gonna clock you as a rapist right off the bat. Which brings us right into our first segment.
Ooh, are we starting off
Yeah,
with?
Joe, I'm really excited about episode 6 of the show. Because I have nothing prepared for this episode, and you have everything prepared. And looking at your list right now, I see not one, but 2 sexual predators.
Whoa! Wait a second. One sexual predator.
Oh, and another alleged? Is that what you're saying?
Dan Schneider is not alleged to be a sexual predator. That documentary. It's 4 hours.
I haven't watched it. But I've listened to so many and every podcast in the world is talking about it right now. And, like I feel like I've had it broken down to me play by play like
Okay.
a dozen times.
It's
already.
4 hours of how Dan Schneider did not rape any kids, and everyone else at Nickelodeon did.
Yeah.
It's Dan Snyder's getting a real bad rep for just being like, "Hey, I don't think girls are that funny," and B, like,
Which, yeah, I mean,
expect
like-
too much out of this kid, these kids acting. That's like he was like an asshole, and he was like, "The women are here to massage my neck." All right,
Yeah.
the fact
I get what you're saying. Like Dan Schneider's probably a really shitty guy, but like you can't really compare him to like a
correct.
rapist.
the guy, the real problem guy in it is this guy named Brian Peck, who, spoiler alert here, he raped Drake Bell for years.
Yeah, I mean,
He got
You can't really-
16 months in jail, got out, and got a job working for Disney on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Why are we not talking to Disney here? Dan Schneider, not the guy. Find whoever cast the people who work for Zack and Cody. Those kids were on Big Daddy. They are national treasures. Both of them played Julian in Big Daddy. So they are artists.
which character was Julian? I don't remember.
Julian is the son.
The little kid in
Yeah.
Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Man. I don't know shit about Disney. I was always a Nickelodeon kid.
Well, yeah, but Zack and Cody was after me too. But
Okay.
they had twins on that. But in Big Daddy, Julian is played by 2 people.
No way.
Yeah, it's
No way.
the twins Zack and Cody from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh, okay. So it's like I was gonna say it's
It's
like
like
Full
Full
House,
House,
but no, like the twins were the twins, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because in Full House, it was just one girl. I think it was just Michelle.
No, right?
No,
it wasn't
just Michelle.
twins on the show.
No, yeah,
Damn, man, I fucking hated that
was
show
just
too.
both
So
of
I
them.
never watched it.
But yeah,
Big Daddy ruled though. That movie
Yeah,
was
Sonny
good.
Koufax right? Yeah, Sonny Koufax. Kevin Garrity was the actual father, played by Jon Stewart. Another spoiler alert. Sorry, that's a Sixth Sense-esque
Leslie
spin.
Mann. Leslie Mann's so hot.
I like that Rob Schneider's character is just called Delivery.
Well, you can't even spell.
Well, yeah.
The original Buffy the Vampire Slayer was also in this movie. Is that might be Leslie Mann? I can't remember. But the Buffy the Vampire Slayer that was like the movie before like the show came out was like his girlfriend that like cheats on him with the old man. And
You're talking about old people stuff now.
Oh yeah, it's not Leslie Mann. It's I forget what her name was.
The 1992 film. Yeah.
Was it really 92?
That's what it says right
shit,
there.
dude.
Jack's just not clicking on it.
That movie was funny. I remember that movie being funny. At least I thought it was funny when I was fucking Christy Swanson. That's it. Christy Swanson plays his girlfriend that leaves him for the old man. And he's like, you're gonna. I hope.
I gotta be
think
honest,
of
I never
me
saw
when
the
he's got
movie.
his
I didn't know
old
Pee Wee Herman
balls
was in it,
all
though.
over you. Yeah. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman's the best character in the whole movie. He plays
Amelin.
Rutger Hauer's like his right hand man, like the vampire that like does his bidding.
I never saw this film, so
Yeah, it's actually worth. I think it's worth a watch.
All
I
right.
think it's worth a watch.
maybe we'll watch it together one day.
It's weird that like they took a movie that was clearly just like a straight up almost slapstick comedy and made it into like a serious drama that like people love and like cosplay as. It was like the movie was supposed to be like a gag, and then like I don't know, it's kind of funny. Hey, phone, I'm not talking to you. Stop.
But anyway, so Dan Schneider, they're like, oh, he was mean on set. This guy, we gotta get rid of him. And I was like, well, I mean, I think all directors are just mean. I don't.
Yeah, I mean they don't generally demand like neck rubs, but and they don't. They're not like collecting
he was demanding it
photographs
from, like,
of the talent's
people who do
feet,
like.
but.
I don't know if he was doing. He was making them do weird. Again,
Didn't they say in the documentary again? I didn't watch it. Don't they say in the documentary that they made the logo for Nickelodeon a foot for a while because
it was
Dan
a foot.
Schneider?
Well, I don't know if
was
he made
jerking
that
off to
logo.
little girls' feet. Like,
I don't
mean,
know.
That's pretty weird, dude.
I don't know if that's what it was, but it was like a foot. The logo.
Yeah, coincidence? I mean, why would they choose a foot?
You know what I
I
remember too? There was an episode of Drake and Josh, I think, and it was one of the first ones when like he has the band come over to rehearse, and one of the guys in the band takes off his shirt and he has a foot tattoo on his chest.
Oh, wow, really?
There was some
I
weird
gotta
foot shit.
pull this up.
There was some weird
They,
foot
they
shit
brought that
going
up on the doc. That's
No,
on the
no,
doc?
I just
No,
remember.
they didn't bring that up
episode.
on the documentary.
Damn, you should have been on that doc, Jack.
Um,
You're a fucking hard hitting journalist, Jack. You notice things.
well, the thing is also, so like one of the things they were
Should have
like,
had you on the goddamn Zodiac case.
can you believe this, Dan Schneider? Look at this. He's fully clothed in a hot tub with Amanda Barnes on this segment. But like she had a segment on her show where she interviewed people in hot tubs.
Yeah, dude.
And
like-
is Amanda Bynes clothed? Is she wearing a bathing suit?
No, she's in a bathing suit.
Okay. Wow, you're right.
Yeah. Dumb idiot man on X. Thinking about the drummer from drinking. Oh, so he's calling you a dumb idiot man.
No, he is the dumb idiot man on X. That
They're probably
tweeted,
like, hey,
thinking
we
about
really
the
need
drummer
this
from
guy to
Drake
have a
and Josh.
tattoo on his chest. We want it to be a foot. Come here, little girl. We want to dip your foot in this paint and kick
They have
in
him
the
do
chest.
like weird shit with like
It's not
sucking
going to give
pickles
him a
and
boner
shit.
at all.
But like even the one weird video, which is very odd, and I never saw, with Ariana Grande like molesting a potato.
What?
She's like trying to milk a potato, but she's like,
Wait, you said trying to milk a potato like it can be done.
well, that's literally what's going on in the image.
I'm so confused by everything.
She's
that
trying
you
to
said.
milk a potato. Is she supposed to be like some moron? I don't know. I never saw that whatever Sam and Cat or whatever Ariana Grande was in. I was too old, so I didn't watch that. Nice spelling of potato, though. But yeah, I don't know.
Is this the video?
I,
You brought it up, dude.
yeah,
That image
haven't
right off the
searched
bat
it.
makes me laugh. It's her like
But-
angrily shaking a potato at the screen.
Yeah, I would go to
All right,
videos.
now that
maybe.
picture looks.
Yeah, I would go to
looks-
videos probably.
yeah,
It'll
that's
show you.
strange.
Yeah, there you go. I think that probably is it. I don't know.
What am I getting myself into with this podcast, man?
Oh yeah, we have the.
The funny
audio
thing is
problems.
yeah, she looks she looks 12 years old in this,
Well,
but she's 30 now and she still looks 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like she looks exactly the same.
But yeah, I don't know. She does put tomatoes into a bra, and I don't know. But like teenage
I know
girls do
dudes that are
weird
like,
shit.
"Oh man, Ariana Grande's so hot." And I'm like, I mean, is she's talented? You know, she's cute for a 12-year-old girl. Like she still looks like a 12-year-old girl. Like it's so weird to me.
But yeah, I don't know. Teenage
what-
girls do weird shit.
What
I
was
don't
the
know.
point of bringing this up?
Because
It's on the
it
it's
was
on
one of
the
things that
doc,
people-
right?
Yeah,
it's
it's one of the things that people are like, yeah, well, see, he is a fucking predator. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, they're like, clearly that potato is phallic. I was like, I mean, but nobody thinks of a potato and is like, what a phallic thing. I don't know. And she pours water all over herself in this weird, like,
What is she talking about?
I
Why is she like strangling a potato in this?
she's
like,
trying to milk it. She's like, you can milk an almond. I wonder if I can milk a potato. And then,
What is happening?
it doesn't make any
What was she
sense.
sticking to her
haven't
face? Are
seen
those
any of this.
packing peanuts?
I don't know. I can't.
Oh,
hear
that's
it.
an olive.
Whatever.
All right.
Anyway,
Can we move on from this?
Yeah, we
yeah,
need to move on.
I don't need to watch this.
I feel like we're
This
being
is-
flagged by the
Yeah,
feds
this is
right now.
odd.
I'm so glad this
But
is not
anyway.
my computer.
That's victorious. I'm sure it's very searched at this point because everyone's talking about this.
That's true.
But like Dan Schneider, I think Joe Biden might be doing worse by smelling little girls on TV.
I don't know. You know, I'm not exactly a Joe Biden fan, but
I've seen some of those creep videos, bro. It's nuts. He's doing some weird shit.
yeah.
Is all I'm saying. John Taffer, another one. Whenever he's talking to women at the bars, he's fucking.
I think old Sleepy Joe has also got some rape allegations against him from back in the day.
Well, I mean,
So they might be
he
back.
has all those. He has those wild quotes.
Yeah, they might be might
about-
be in the
about,
same
like-
league, you know.
Yes. What's it? Poor people could be just as smart as black people, and
Did you really say that? Holy
like that.
shit,
It's-
man!
he said a wild quote like that.
Yeah, I know he said all kinds of racist shit. I didn't know I don't know all the sex stuff against him, but
There's literally like a video of him just sniffing a teenage girl.
that I've seen.
He's just
There's a bunch of videos of him sniffing a lot of people.
yeah.
Like, it's,
He's
like,
just
yeah.
like he's like Daredevil. He just sniffs people.
It's how he he's really been blind this whole time.
Yeah, he's.
That'd be so funny. He just comes out of nowhere and
We
he's
just
like, "I've
didn't know
actually
Joe
been
Biden was
blind.
blind.
I didn't want to admit it. I thought it wouldn't get me elected."
How could we have a blind leader?
All right, what else you got on that scary list of yours over there?
All right. Well,
I know one other thing.
Yeah, we went to a wrestling event last week. It was
So wait, we're gonna go from Dan Schneider to the wrestling event, and then back to rapists with Diddy, or should we just go straight
okay.
to
We
Diddy?
can go right to
now?
Diddy. We can start diddling.
I think we might as well just keep it, you know,
we can diddle with diddly.
nice and concise. You know what I mean? This will
Okay.
be the rapist episode,
All
and
right,
then
well,
the
then-
next one
Let's have a quick, smooth segue.
we'll go into
Cheers.
our yeah. Brought to you by Arizona Iced Tea.
All right, Diddy.
Yeah, they're never going to endorse us.
Maybe one day. Maybe the state will.
All right, so Diddy.
It seems you're more learned on this than I am. so
I mean, only from listening to like other comedy podcasts. But dude, like, I feel like in the past week, like 400 stories have come out about Diddy. Like,
yeah, it's awesome.
there's interviews, there's videos, there's like footage, there's pictures, all claiming different things.
I just love the strip club.
There's women coming forward. There's underage women coming forward. There's of age women coming forward saying that he did something 15 years ago. There's like all happening all at one time. So what I'm saying is that like probably 90% of these are true, but some of them you hear, you're like, that's gotta be fake. Like,
Well, I
can't.
I like the ones.
And I'm not even like a Diddy fan. I'm not even like, no, not my Diddy. But I'm just like, dude, like I just can't see like it like that happening in the real world.
I like the ones that talk about his like drug intake. So apparently he had like a dude who just
that
followed him around with, like a briefcase. That was
that
like,
seems totally reasonable to me.
well,
Like,
yeah. Except
when you're worth
except
like,
for like when you hear
close to $1 billion,
when you hear
or
what he
maybe
was
he's at
taking?
$1 billion. I don't know, but
when you hear what he was taking, apparently, it's like he was taking like multiple times a day, 250 milligram things of weed edibles. Then he would do like coke. Then he would do like Molly.
I'm impressed.
The whole time he's drinking.
How his fucking heart holds up. That's
Yeah.
just crazy.
And so apparently he just like constantly is just in the clouds.
How does he like run a business? I mean, he's famous for being like a business mogul. Like, how do you run a business when you're so fucked up you can't like think? Like,
Apparently he's
it's bananas, man.
you know, he's a
Is
superhero.
that Bieber?
This is Bieber. He had 48
I do
hours
have
with
to admit,
Diddy.
like, I remember when Bieber. Who the fuck's
Jesus
Bieber?
Christ.
I remember when Bieber first popped, and
I found out about him a little late, to be honest.
I work in schools, so like the second he got popular on YouTube, like all the kids were listening to like baby.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
like-
I think he was bigger before that, and then like
Yeah?
like that.
Okay.
I think it was like his first.
But
like,
whatever. He was
smash
like
hit.
16
But,
years
like,
old or
That's
something.
about
He
when
got
I
huge,
learned
right?
about him too. Yeah.
And then everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, like isn't this cool? This kid, like he got famous off YouTube, and like Usher signed him." I'm like, "Well, that's creepy. What's Usher doing watching 16-year-olds on YouTube? Like that's weird." They're like, "Oh, he's just looking for talent." I'm like, "Still weird." I'm like, "You're telling me there's no like I don't
Just
know,
trolling for fish in this
there's no
city.
like 18 or 19-year-old talent out there? Like they're only 16-year-olds? Like, and then like all of a sudden like." Puffy's hanging out with him.
Well,
And,
he
like,
was-
I'm like, dude, this is.
He was
I
Aaron
don't know.
Carter.
But now it all starting to make sense, right? Like my fucking suspicion is all being proven correct. Like,
But he was Aaron Carter of the generation after me.
yeah, and Aaron Carter has said in multiple occasions that he was getting diddled by all kinds of producers
yeah.
and shit. So like, yeah,
course he
like,
was.
you're only proving my point. I'm just saying, man. Like no
R.I.P.,
grown
by the way.
man. No, yeah, sorry,
met Aaron
I don't
Carter.
mean to
He
speak
was
ill of
a-
him. I'm sure he was a.
He
nice
was a
guy.
super cool dude. I met him at Mexicali Live.
That's crazy. You told me that story. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was a friend of mine was opening up, or he was opening up for a friend of mine.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like in the real world, at least where I come from, no grown ass man is hanging out with a kid
Where I
for
come from.
literally any reason, unless it's like in a public school system, like you're getting paid for it, like it's your job. It's like I don't know. It's just too weird, man. Like I don't know.
On a side note, do you want to join the Big Brother program? I think it'd be fun.
And okay, so maybe like you run a record label. And somebody comes to you and is like, yo, there's just like crazy talented kid. He can sing, he can dance, he writes his own songs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, we need to sign him to the record label. I'd be like, all right, man, I'll cut him a check. Like, you know, you showed me, like, you played me a song.
How
like,
about we FaceTime?
good stuff. You know, he's got style, whatever. Okay, cool. I'll cut him a check. I'm not hanging out with him. I'm not like going to his house and buying him a Corvette. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to raise some eyebrows.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just too
that's
weird.
Drake keeps having those situations. Like he was just hanging out with that new, whatever, 13 or 14-year-old kid who's coming up, and he was, and Drake. People were like, "That's weird." That Drake went over and said hi to, whatever the hell his name is.
I love the second I finish a Twisted Tea, Joe already has one in the chamber and then he hands me.
Oh, good. There's a whole forum on this. That's it.
Sorry,
No,
that's a
no,
good
it was the one. Go back. That's it. 11-year-old in nightclub down. That's the one I'm talking about. This is what I heard about. I don't really follow Drake that much.
This can't be real, is it?
This is
Well, it's a real thing.
this
I
was-
don't know about.
I've been getting real confused recently. This is Drake, right?
Yes, this is Drake, the
The rapper.
Yes, the guy who was on Degrassi.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because Drake is also associated with Nickelodeon.
Nah, Degrassi wasn't Nickelodeon.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah,
That's not
because
right.
Nickelodeon's a Canadian
Continue
company,
as a guess. Screw this stuff.
and Degrassi was big in Canada, right? And I think it was initially on Nickelodeon. I don't
Well,
know.
I just know Drake's Canadian is all I know.
Yeah, Drake's Canadian, Nickelodeon's Canadian.
I never watched Degrassi. I'm not a
Degrassi's
big
Canadian.
I'm not a big non-comedy guy.
What's not funny about Drake being in a wheelchair?
Well,
Drake looks like an old school marm.
he was just a dude in a wheelchair then. Nobody
Did
knew
his
he was
glasses
Drake.
have a chain like on it, like so that he could wear them around his
The
neck?
former wheelchair actor was hanging out with an 11-year-old.
I like that he's a former wheelchair actor. That's the perfect way to describe Drake.
It kind of is. I mean, he was pretending to be in a wheelchair, right?
Well, yeah, but not. He wasn't saying I'm crippled.
Yeah.
He was just on his character on a show was crippled.
You could have just been like blah 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 from
But that's like saying Robert Downey Jr., the ex-black man from Tropic Thunder, like not. It doesn't even say like the most famous rapper of all time,
yeah.
the most successful hip hop artist ever.
That's really sad if that's
It's-
true.
I think it like money wise, I think it is.
Yeah, that
like
sucks.
for his music.
Yeah. And I
He's,
think
he's
he has
worth
the-
he's worth more than like Jay-Z and 50 Cent.
I think his music, like his catalog.
well, he
not-
also
'cause he doesn't-
recently bought Michael Jackson's catalog.
Man,
So
that's
he
huge.
owns all of that. And then
Does that include the Happy Birthday? Because I heard Michael Jackson owned Happy Birthday.
yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. It's
And
like
I think
I don't
Michael
even
Jackson
like I don't
also
even like
owns-
I've listened to Drake's music and like I don't even hate it, but I'm like
I don't really
is it,
listen to
is it
you-
like
you
revolutionary? Like and
you
also
listen to rap and stuff.
people have like I mean, it's like well known that people
I don't
have,
think it's
like,
richest. I think it's
ghostwritten for
like
him.
he's the most streamed.
He's
and
from
he's got the most album
Canada.
sales. And
Drake
stuff.
definitely has more number ones, more album streams.
Yeah,
all
he's the
that
most.
stuff,
He's the
for sure.
most like album sales, album streams, all that.
I mean,
He's, like,
Jay-Z's
number one on
rich,
all of them.
but it's not from.
Yeah,
his
but it's
music.
not. It's not
Jay-Z's
money. Yeah.
worth 2.5 billion. Holy shit, man!
Yeah,
I thought he was like at 1. I didn't know he was at 2.5.
Well, yeah, it probably
He
helped
owned the
also
Nets
that
for, like, a
Beyonce
second.
too. And all
yeah, and Beyonce's huge.
that.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Just like
Also, Beyonce's turning into a white
Hip-hop
woman.
was
If anyone
born-
hasn't noticed, she is turning white.
hip hop was born
It's like
in
Sammy
the
Sosa now,
Bronx,
dude.
New York City, the United States. You know what I mean? And then to lose that title to a Canadian dude, a Canadian like songstress from fucking Toronto, like
Or
with
he's
like
got a
a
good dick.
with a heart carved into his hair, like. Oh man, that sucks, dude.
the former
Like,
wheelchair.
somebody from
Yeah,
New York better
a guy
step
known
the
as
fuck up, man.
a guy
Like,
known as former wheelchair actor is.
oh, dude, that hurts. That dude was on Nickelodeon and he took the rap crown. Like, oh, dude, that hurts. That hurts. What are you pouring me right now? What is this?
This is Arizona sweet tea.
Arizona sweet tea. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I've never triple fisted drinks before.
Well, you're
think-
wrong.
I wonder if you could have done an Arnold
my-
Palmer with the mix. you
Ooh.
had.
Well, I've had the Arnold Palmer.
I'm gonna do that
Oh, I
after
could-
I try
I
this.
could
I'm
prob-
gonna do that.
I've had the Arnold Palmer ones. Yeah,
I'm saying like you can make it.
yeah,
your
that's
own.
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. I
You
think I
wouldn't
might do
normally
that.
do that with a sweet tea. Let's see how this one goes. This is an in betweener, I guess. This segment
You said
is brought.
wiener. I just want to point that out.
This segment is brought to you by Arizona's Hard Sweet Tea. This one This one doesn't bring up cowboys at all. Just Southern style sweet tea, 5% alcohol. I'm sure it's gonna be sweet as hell. So get ready for a funny face.
I'm getting notes of dirt. I'm getting
I'm getting hints of brewed. This is real brewed.
yeah, it tastes exactly like a sweet tea you get when you go down to Georgia and you go to the breakfast spot. Yeah, that's what sweet tea tastes like. I can taste the liquor in this a
You're
little
going to the wrong
little.
breakfast spots, but
bit. Well, you don't like this one?
oh no, it's okay. It's just
I'll give my score first.
this doesn't taste like true cane sugar.
Guy. See, I never thought sweet tea did. Sweet tea to me always tasted like it had fucking 4 sweet and lows in it. I don't know.
Well, you're drinking the wrong sweet tea.
I guess so. I don't know.
You're going to where white people make it.
All right, I'm going to give this one a 17.5 out of a 24.2. It's not a great score. It's not a great score because I don't like sweet tea that much.
I'll
to
go
begin with.
7 7/8 out of 10.
A random 10 drop. Those are rare, folks.
All right, so back to Diddy, because there's tons to talk about him.
We're really trying to get this Arizona endorsement, aren't we?
Whoa, is it extra sweet? What the hell is extra sweet? How could you make this sweeter?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. I'm gonna combine the two. We're gonna see what happens.
There you go. That should probably be good. I just ran out of lemonade.
And I'll do a third review on that. Real brewed. We didn't fake it.
Yeah, no, it tastes real brewed.
I love when they put real on things. It's so funny.
Yeah, I know. I like when they put real cheese on stuff, and it's like, there's no cheese in this. Yeah, we're lying to you. But what the hell is that? Extra sweet tropsicle? Is it-
7-Eleven.
That is insane that Scott's
Oh, it's not alcoholic.
You can make it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be trying that one. That's crazy. I mean, I did try the frozen bomb, the bomb pop twisted tea, which was all right.
I've
I
had that
tried,
as well.
Yeah, I
I've
tried
had
that.
that.
I tried that on
It was
Snapchat.
It was gross sweet to me. I didn't love it.
I thought it was milder than I
It
thought it
tastes
was
like a
gonna
bomb pop though.
be. Yeah, the rocket pop twisted tea. It was pretty sweet. I got clotheslined right afterwards, so I remember that better.
Oh, that was at Kevin's.
Yeah,
I had this. I thought I had this at your place, like last summer.
I've had them before. Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
them here afterwards since.
Dude, with these fucking things.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of clotheslines, that's a good segue into our experience last weekend. We went to a
Oh yes,
wrestling
Great
event
segment.
in
We
Roselle
went-
Park, New Jersey.
we went to a
In-
independent Invictus.
Invictus Wrestling. I believe the name of the event was the Warriors Code.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we went.
Nobody told me that.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And we went to go see. What was his name? His name was
Felix
Trey
Lopez?
Felipe.
Trey Felipe.
Trey Felipe was who we were
Shit,
voting
I
for,
fucked
and
up.
guess what? He retained his belt.
Big old
That was
victory.
the weakest high
I
five
know.
ever,
I
dude.
get just my thumb.
What
my
was
bad.
that? I feel like you got like, oh, you injured your thumb.
Was that
No,
the
no,
event?
you only hit here.
Oh yeah.
Was that the event?
That looks like the event.
That's
yeah.
the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that is the event because
Oh,
there's the
man.
kid that got his sign stolen.
Tell
That's,
me they posted video of this.
Yeah, we're in the back left
look
corner
at that
there.
angle. That is a nice angle.
Yeah, we're not in the we're not on screen here.
So okay, so
So
this
is it
started.
like a
I
high s-
work with a girl.
What?
Is it a high school gym?
It's like a community center.
Yeah, it's like a youth
like a
rec
YMCA.
center. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In Roselle Park, and so okay,
Those are all the matches.
it's crazy that they got Pete Davidson for an event. Look at that in the white
Yeah,
t-shirt,
in the
right
white
down
t-shirt
there
in the middle. Brandon Downey.
That's a pretty good get for them. So I work with this girl who's dating Trey Felipe, right? And she comes into work one day. She's like kind of new. She's only been there for a couple months. She comes in and she's like, "So my boyfriend's like doing this wrestling event. Like we've met him before. Like we met him at like a happy hour and he was cool. So she was like, yeah, you guys should come out like to the event." And like I think she thought that we were gonna be like, yeah, sure, whatever, and then like not come. And we were all like, fuck yeah, and like, and it was great. Like I don't know how many of us
The
were
proper
there.
response.
Like there was probably like 12 of us there, something like that. And like, you know, a bunch of us like brought our significant others out and stuff. And like we went to a bar first, had a bunch of drinks, we smoked some weed. I thought it was crazy. Like my coworkers were just lighting up joints like in like the outdoor
Yeah, we were in the patio section.
like, yeah, like beer garden area, like little patio area.
So wait, Trey Felipe beat the shit out of that guy?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Absolute victory over Max Zero.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking huge.
He was big. He also dressed
What,
like
is
he was
that
a.
huge? I don't remember him being that big.
He was pretty big, but he was also dressed like an S&M medieval times knight. So
Yeah, that's
he
right.
was-
That's right. He didn't look anything like that. He had like long hair.
yeah, he had longer
And,
hair and it was a little flabbier, but he was
But Felipe is a big dude. He's like 6'2", probably. He's like he's
but he's
skinny.
more slender.
Yeah,
This guy had some meat on him.
Yeah. But dude, it was so funny. So okay, so we show up to this bar. My coworkers are lighting up joints. They're drinking. They're taking shots, right? And because we had like an hour until the event, so like we got pretty lit. And then like we all hop in an Ubers and we head over to the place. It was only like 2 minutes away.
We stuff beers in our pockets though.
Yeah,
That's important.
yeah, I forgot about that. So our friends Scott and Joe stuff a bunch of beers in their pockets. We walk in, dude. It is a brightly lit. You can see in the picture. It is a brightly lit gym filled with children. The second we walked in, I was like, "Oh, I regret this decision." But then we like settled in, like we found a place to stand right next to the entrance to where the wrestlers.
Yeah. Actually, in that second video there, I bet we are in it.
I bet we're in it.
It looks like they walk through the door, and they are going to walk directly into us.
Yes, they are. Dude, it was so funny. And we set up shop there, and then like once we found our spot, and like we figured out like, because I've never been to a wrestling event before, so like. I just realized like, oh, you just got to lean into it. Like the second somebody comes out and you don't know who they are, you just decide whether you like them or not in that moment. It was great. So like a guy would come out and I would just be like, fuck yeah, that's my guy. And then I'd realize like, oh, that guy's like the heel. And I'd just be like, no, I can't back down now. Like I like this guy. I'm like, I don't care if he makes fun of kids. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he was tearing up signs of the disabled.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was
Why is
so
that
good.
guy? Why is the big guy wearing a muscle suit though?
It's just his shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were one of the like the
They're
like,
like a heel group. They're a faction.
Yeah.
And they were like all together heels. I don't know what's up with the shirt. It's supposed to make him look intimidating.
I think it's supposed to be funny. You know, like he's a big fat guy, so he wears like this shirt with abs and like ripped. You know,
he wears an 11XL t-shirt. That dude was massive though. Like,
yeah, it was,
they
were all pretty big dudes.
Yeah, this video makes him look like he's like short and fat. He was like 6 foot and fat. So
it was. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun, man.
A big gentleman.
So like these guys start coming out. Like me and my coworkers we're standing around Joe, Scott. Everybody's screaming, like, you know, whatever. We're just randomly picking whether we like dudes or not. Because Trey Felipe was the last fight. He's like the title card.
He's the main event.
So like, we were like, damn, we're gonna be here a while. Like, we might as well get into this, you know. So we were really like leaning into it, and fucking Joe and Scott are just like pull out cans. I forget what you were drinking, but you just cracked some fucking.
I
beers.
had a Miller Lite.
Oh yeah, you just crack some beers and you're just sipping them against the wall. They're not there 10 minutes when somebody comes up to him and is just like, dude, you can't be drinking in here. Like, well, I mean, which I think is stupid because, you know, all these kids that are at this rec center have all been to a WWE event where people are drinking beers and shit. Like, so like, well, it's not like they've never been around people.
No, I think his problem was like, I can't have like a cop see that we had people drinking.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's it. But
he
I'm
was
just
really
saying,
cool
like,
about it. He just took our beers and he held them in the front till the end. But that made Scott leave immediately. He was like, "Fuck that."
No,
I'm
you're
leaving.
right. I got for legal reasons. Yeah, they got to do it. But it's like,
so I still had one hidden anyway and just drank in the bathroom. But
that's true. I guess if you really wanted to be a dick, you could have just like called a cop over and then you would have been.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I was like, okay, whatever, dude. I get it. No problem.
So like,
I thought we were gonna be like sitting down somewhere. So I was like, I'll just drink them discreetly there.
Yeah. So I mean, Joe did like the adult thing and just like handed over his beers or whatever, and then like Scott was just like, "Fuck this, I'm leaving," and he just dips. He just like gets an Uber and goes home. Like,
it's like a $40 Uber. He just got it. Left.
And we were all like, "All right, man, we still got like another hour and a half of wrestling," but we're like, "All right." So like Scott leaves, but it was cool. There was still a bunch of us there, and but it was so funny because my one coworker, I don't know if I should drop her name, but don't. Okay, my one coworker leaned into it so hard, and she was so funny. Like this one dude came out, he was like a heel, and he like grabbed a kid's sign. And this kid was obviously like a plant. Like he goes to all these shows. And
he had a sign for every wrestler.
Yeah, and he has like 10 signs on him, and like. This bad guy comes out and like grabs a sign and rips it in half or whatever. And then the kid gets all mad and starts putting like thumbs down in his face and shit like that. Yeah. And, like this girl I work with just gets like all in the wrestler's face and is like, "You don't do that to kids. Like, get at it. I'll fight you right now. I'll get in the ring with you right now." Like it was so funny. And then like me and my other coworker were like grabbing her and like holding her back. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He's not worth it. Like, oh, it was
then your other coworker got legitimately attacked, had his hat torn off, and
who was
pushed.
that?
He's not straight.
Yeah. He did. I didn't even see that. I didn't see that happen.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? That's so funny.
But yeah, he got his hat knocked off by one of them.
Yeah, man, we had a good old time. It was hilarious. If you hear about a local wrestling event,
Oh, totally. It was a great time.
get bombed and go with a bunch of your buddies.
Yeah,
and it'll be hysterical.
I had a good time.
It'll be
Yeah,
the
I
best
probably don't
10
go like
bucks you
alone.
ever spent.
You can't be seen there alone.
Yeah, you definitely can't be seen there alone.
But if you go get some of their merch. You know, they really put on a fun show.
I really had a great, I had no idea what to expect. And when I first walked into that gym, I was like, oh man, I'm going to be here 10 minutes and before I come up with an excuse to leave. And then, but then, we just wound up having
Your excuse
so
could have
many good
been
laughs.
being a little kid and scream and cry and leave.
Yeah. I think the fact that we didn't have to actually sit next to or talk to any children made it, because I was lit. Like I was
about
a
to
joint.
ask.
I had like 2-3 shots, a couple beers, like.
Okay. Well, so after that, we got an Uber back to here, which I live in Belleville, so about a half hour, whatever it was. And
we should mention Trey Felipe won. He did retain.
he did win.
I don't know if I mentioned that. Continue. We came back here.
And we came back here and we shuffled on over to the local watering hole here, JK's Boathouse. Great time, a lot of fun.
We ordered everything on the menu.
We did. We ordered every food they would give us, at least one order of it, and then we drank quite a bit. We did some drinking, which again earlier that
Did anything
day,
of note happen at the boathouse? I don't remember.
I smoked some weed at the patio thing.
You don't do that.
I
too
don't
often.
normally do that. So
Dude,
the
I'm so
patio
mad.
thing-
Like when I fucking stop, you start. It's so annoying, dude.
It's rare. It's a rare.
it's a very rare
Yeah.
occasion. But no, I did it before the wrestling event, which turned out to be good because I was able to ride that out at the event, and then
And it was a good place to ride it out. You could
Yeah,
just
it
you could
worked
be as
out.
weird
It-
as you wanted.
it definitely was a good place to ride out. But then at the boathouse, was that the night I almost got in the fight or no?
I don't remember you getting into a fight at Boathouse.
There was those two dudes playing darts that wanted to fight me, but I don't remember if that was that night.
There's always two dudes playing darts, but I don't remember any of them wanting to fight
But
you.
I think it was that night because that wasn't the night I was playing darts.
I don't know. That doesn't ring a bell to me.
Okay. Well, then one of the nights
That
there,
doesn't ring
the
a
two
Drake
dudes
bell to me.
who I very recently. Oh boy. That doesn't fucking make you feel raped. All right.
Yikes. It's getting uncomfortable in here.
No, it's okay. I can jump past stuff quickly. It's called a comeback. Drake knows about him.
Oh,
Anyway.
God. All right. Well, that
That might be the night that happened with the guys trying to fight me, which really was kind of uneventful, except for that they really wanted to fight me,
That
and
really
then I was just like,
happened.
"Hey
Did I
guys, it
step
wasn't
in?
me."
Did I-
No, because it
Did
was
I look all tough and,
And
shit? I
Trey
was like,
Felipe came in and saved the day.
they were mad at
followed us to Belleville. He's like, I smell danger.
they were mad at Bobby's friend.
Definitely a
And
phase.
then
Definitely a baby
I
phase.
asked what was going on because
Yeah.
it seemed like voices were getting high,
raised, yeah.
and then
Oh,
they
so
were
you were
like,
defending
"You stay the
someone's
fuck
honor.
out of it, man!" And I was like,
You were a white knight.
I literally didn't know what was happening, and they were like, "You stay the fuck out of it, man." I was like, "I don't even know what's happening." And they're like, "And it's gonna stay that way." I was like, "Okay, that's okay." And they were like, "You trying to get involved?" I was like, "I don't think so. I don't even know what's happening." And they were like, "I will fuck you up." I was like, "Well, that's not gonna happen." And you want to have that discussion? We could have that.
Oh man.
But
I've mentioned this
I-
on the show before, but to newcomers, you should know that Joe is an ex-cage fighting,
I was
30 times nose broken
I was-
murder.
I was like, I mean, if you want to go down that road, then I'm defending him. Sure. Fuck that. Let's fight. I don't even care if they help. And he was like, all right, let's go outside. I was like, all right, fine, fuck it. So I walked outside, and now Tabby's like, why'd you just walk out here? And I was like, well, the guy wants to fight. And she was like, well,
You're a grown man with a child.
well, yeah, she was like, he has like 6 dudes. I was like, yeah, I knock out 3 of them. The other 3 run away.
I can't believe I didn't know that this was happening, man. What was I just sitting there eating
Well,
fried
apparently
chicken,
it was the
just
same
like
dude-
letting you go out? and
Apparently, it was the
fight
same dude
6
that I got
dudes?
kicked out the one time.
I remember that
Yeah,
time, but that was a
apparently
while.
it was the same dude as that time.
Yeah.
But I had no idea I was getting yelled at that time.
Wow.
This
And
time,
you didn't even recognize him as the guy that you tried to fight the previous time.
I never tried to fight anybody the previous time. I just all of a sudden was getting kicked out of the bar. They were like, "You are being a problem." I was like, "I am silently drinking in the corner. I don't know what you're talking about." And then, but no, and then I told the guy what happened, and he was like, "Oh, we're cool, dude. You want to play darts?" And I was like, "Yeah, all right."
So you went from almost fighting to then playing each other.
We
in
played darts for like 3 hours.
That is too long to play darts, though, I will say.
Well, I played a bunch of games because I kept winning. I'm actually decent at darts. They're good at darts, but like I had one good guy on my team, and I'm like decent. So they kept pairing us up against guys who were like bad and good. So I just had to beat one dude. I could do that. So I'm like decent at darts for that.
Nice.
But that was fun. That was about the end of that night, though. I don't remember anything else.
Have you ever run into somebody who tried to hustle you at like a bar game?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, like the classic hustle, like they let you win a game,
Yeah,
and then they're just like, "Hey,
in
you
pool
wanna,
and stuff.
you want to make it interesting?" Like they do
In pool,
that.
and I've been accused of being a hustler in pool because I'll make some shots that are good, but like I actually am not very good at pool. Like I'm okay. So people will be like, "Yeah, you're clearly hustling me because you are going for all the hard shots and missing." I was like, "No, I'm just challenging myself." Like I don't know. I don't know.
I'm lucky. I got 2 times people tried to hustle me, and I made out both times. One time was at like a
You
college.
made out with them?
Yes, I just wound up hooking up. I just got those puppy dog eyes, man.
No, I've had it a couple times.
You want to hustle me, I'll hustle you.
I was at a college party at at Rutgers, at like a frat house party, and there was like this emo looking dude playing darts, and I saw him beating everybody in darts all night long. But I was like walking around just meeting strangers, like talking shit with people, whatever. And then like he asked me if I wanted to play darts, and I was like, "Okay, sure. Okay." He's like, "You want to play for $5?" And I'm like, "Yeah, $5 is fine." So we play for $5, and I beat him. Now, I've been watching him beat everybody all night, and I'm shit at darts, right? So I'm just like, I know that like he could have beaten me.
Yeah.
So I'm like waiting for it to come up. Like I'm waiting for him to be like, "You want to play for 100?" You know what I mean? And then so then he finally asks me. He's like, I win. He gives me $5. I'm like, "Oh, cool, man. It's nice to meet you. I'm CJ, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm the guitarist for Madison, whatever." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I don't know that band, whatever." He's like, "Yeah, you want to play again? Let's play for $100 this time." And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I got other stuff to do." And I just walked away. I came out $5 on top, man.
No, I used to hustle people a lot in beer pong, like constantly.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh man, that's funny. Where are you going in like a public place that you're meeting strangers? Well, I guess you meet a lot of strangers in your house playing beer pong.
I do meet a lot of strangers in my house.
But nobody plays beer pong for money, do they?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Big time. We
Get
used to
the
play for
fuck
like,
out
a
of
lot
here.
of money.
Where at?
Frat parties a lot of the time. I used to
Okay.
travel a lot to frat parties and stuff. But at my house, we used to
I've never
play-
seen anyone play beer pong for money.
Oh, we used to play for like $200 sometimes in my house.
play for pride. You play for the love of the game.
No, well,
And
yeah, of course.
hatred for your liver.
But we used to play it in my basement at when I lived in Cedar Grove. We used to play for $200 sometimes.
That's wild. I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and like once it was money game, all of a sudden we were Death Cup King. I was like, we're not even fucking around. We're not giving you 2 turns.
You and who? Who was your partner?
Me and Jerry Knapp.
Oh, Jerry. I should have known Jerry.
But yeah, many a time people have been like, "No, that's my $200. You robbed me," and I'm like, "No."
We really need Jerry needs to be like our first guest. I feel like you guys have so many stories.
Jared would be
I
a
need
fun
to-
guest. He's just like when we're not talking about that stuff, which we'll talk about that stuff for 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
He's just gonna like not have a input.
Yeah. I
for the most part.
I need to
like
know.
he'll try. He doesn't love this format. He doesn't.
Well, okay, we'll bring him on as a guest spot.
Again, he's got a format where he could be.
We'll have
a big talker.
we'll have a segment prepared for him.
Again,
designed for Jerry's.
he'll come on. He's used to being on streams. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and he's
used
a
to it
funny
with-
guy.
Yeah, he'd be great, but he's
But
not.
I need to know, and if you listen to previous episodes, you know what I'm talking about. I need to know what happened in that tent, Joe.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta know what happened in that tent.
with him and Tommy.
I've been thinking about it since you said it.
Oh, okay.
we need a first-hand account of what the fuck was going on
All
at
right,
that
well,
tent, man.
Here we go. This is probably going to be the closer for this podcast. Then.
I mean, you gave us your best recollection, but you were 2 tenths away, man. He was there.
Oh yeah. Well, he
Dick
was,
deep
he was
in the
there,
action.
but was he there? I don't know. I might have been as there as he was with that.
That's true. That's true. Good point.
I wish we still had the film.
No.
No, there's film.
Not anymore.
How did you not mention that there was a movie made?
Well, it's dark. But
I
you
think
hear
I
it.
think no, yeah, you did say that.
You hear
did?
the.
I don't remember there being.
You hear the. Show me what you got,
I would have demanded several copies.
dude. You hear just a clubbing. It sounds like. It sounds like
You
a,
mean like
19.
like a steady bass, like a 4 on the floor.
No,
rhythm?
it sounds like a 1920s cop just hitting the side of somebody's head with a club. It is.
Oh, dude.
It is just a. Toop. Like I can't believe she was
And
conscious.
she's asking for it? Or?
Oh yeah,
That's horrible.
it's brutal. But what they're talking about is I go on this themed camping trip every year.
I don't know. I gotta see it. It's the only way I can really judge. You know.
All right, well,
Just kidding.
I don't know. I don't know how you can do that. But we go on this themed camping trip every year called Brew Canoe, and so one year
That's just flashing back to life.
One year I got Jerry and my
What?
brother to come who didn't like each other. And it's a themed camping trip. So the theme we were going with that year was Vikings. So my brother was Thor. I was Odin. Or no, I'm sorry. I was Balder.
Were these like the Marvel versions of these characters? Or did
Well,
you
no,
go-
Balder's, there is no Marvel version. So I was the Nordic.
No, there's a Marvel Balder.
Oh, well.
Maybe not in the movies, but in
Well,
the
yeah.
comic
Okay,
for
well,
sure.
I was the Nordic version of Balder. Tommy was kind of a hybrid of both.
Really?
Yeah, he had some. Like he had Maginor.
Maginor.
I can't think of the name of the fucking hammer.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. I always say
Yeah,
Mjolnir,
Mjolnir, that's it.
but I don't know if that's right.
But and then what the hell was Chelios?
Yeah, the Oliver
The other-
Copiel
the-
version of
Chelios was the other brother.
Balder is the version I know the best.
Chelios was the other brother of Thor and Balder. That's not Loki. And Chelios's dad was Odin. Balder Hoder, that's it.
Did he have a big white beard?
He
Odin better have had a big white beard, or I hope you asked him to leave the
had
campground.
like a white goatee.
Okay, that'll do. That'll do. I'll accept it. I'll let it happen.
But so Chelios was Hoder, I was Balder, and Tommy was Thor. Jerry was just a Viking. I don't know.
Tommy must have been so fucking cool, dude. For him to just be like, "I'm being Thor," and everybody was like, "Yeah, you are Thor,
Well,
Tommy."
he was blonde hair, blue eyes,
That does make sense. Yeah,
so
that's
it
right.
helped.
He was handsome as fuck, dude.
He was a good-looking.
Your sister was showing me pictures of him. I was like, "Damn, you didn't tell
actually,
me
this is
Tommy
my-
was like smoking, dude."
This is my Balder helmet, which is not very Nordic original, but it does suck assholes to smash a watermelon over your head wearing. It's these screws I shred them down afterwards, but these were just screws.
Yeah, I've tried to fit that on my head before, and
So
it
it
was a nightmare.
just cut my head to pieces.
Yeah, me too.
It was like a Papa Roach song.
I think it was the first time I ever came over this house. I tried to put that helmet on my head, and my head is enormous and also like misshapen. It's like a weird.
So it does
oval.
go on. It isn't comfortable.
It is the MF Doom mask, just with the spike on the top. It's with just the
It's
spike on the
pretty
top.
heavy.
But the face part is the same MF Doom mask. Like,
My nose doesn't fit in it.
oh, dude, like you're making me uncomfortable watching you try to take this off. Oh God, dude,
Yeah. So I wore that for a whole
I'm
weekend.
gonna get Chinatown trying to take that thing off.
That sucked. All right, but I wore
No,
that.
that
for
was a
whole...
good joke. It was
I-
a good joke for all you cinephiles out there.
I didn't
You know
hear
what
it.
I'm talking about.
No blood. No blood. We're good.
Rare. Your nose usually has blood coming out.
Yeah, I know.
Your blood usually has
brutal.
nose coming out of it.
So anyway, we go on the trip, and Tom and Jerry hate each other.
Well, yeah, everybody knows that. The tale as old as time.
So naturally, I put
That
them
is hilarious that their names are Tom and Jerry.
I put them in the same tent.
Did they really hate each other, or was it like a playful hatred?
Well, Jerry
Is hated
didn't
by most
matter.
people.
Yeah, Jerry didn't. Jerry was like, I don't care, and Tom was like, fuck that kid. He's an idiot. I'm not dealing with this shit. Fuck that.
He's better at me than in 2K.
So like, whatever. He's just like, fuck that guy. So I made them drive up together with me in the clown car.
So you guys are dressed like Vikings in the clown car.
I made them wear clown
Driving
wigs
to upstate
driving
New York.
up. So we're dressed as clown Vikings. And then
Insane clown posse.
yeah,
Just-
and then we're driving up to Landers, New York to camp.
I thought it's in Narrowsburg, isn't it?
Yeah, but Narrowsburg Landers is the campground.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
You're right. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. You're right. Yeah.
So-
I have a free room I have a free campground. I'm sorry, dude. I'm running on 5 hours of sleep in the past 4 days. Like my brain
You're
is
good.
shot.
But you're coming with us. But that was the clown's year. So I built the clown car for this camping trip the first year I went.
Dude, you weren't lying. There's really fucking flashlights in the front.
Yeah, they're just flashlights.
Oh, Joe, I love you so much. Joe,
and
you're
then-
shredded, man.
Yeah, I was in pretty good shape. There's another picture of me in those suspenders, and those pants are real wet. It is just the bone zone, man. It is. You can just see an outline of my dick from 200 yards away.
You could sketch my dick from across.
Not
the-
good. It's a side profile of this exact picture, and I'm standing like this.
From 100 yards on a foggy day.
I look like Chris Angel stuffed a ferret in his pants. It's ridiculous. But so we're there, and Tommy the whole time is like, I am gonna get laid, and everyone's like, well,
We
we're
believe
kinda-
in you, Tommy.
we're at like a dirty campground, and there's like no women
Tommy
around,
was like
but-
cool as fuck and also very handsome. So
Yeah,
like,
but there
wasn't
was,
everybody just like, yeah, no shit, Tommy?
Well, yeah, but there was like no.
Why don't you brag some more, bro?
Our group had like 100 people with it, and everyone there was like, "Yeah, that's not gonna happen," except for Flo. But Flo was 60 and was flirting with him the whole time, and he was like, "That's not happening, champ."
But he just meant with like other people camping in.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm going campsite to campsite, and I'm gonna find somebody." And I was like, "All right, I mean that's cool, and I'll come with
pretty
you
awesome.
to come
pretty awesome.
like,
I admire the
walk around
ambition.
and drink, but I don't think you're gonna find anybody." And he, at 3 a.m. or so, I get back to my tent, and there's a ruckus happening.
A ruckus.
Yeah, there's
Just trying to add suspense to this.
there's a very large fat woman sitting against their tent.
An
just-
old
just kinda like-
fat woman.
No, she
A
was I don't
pretty
know.
fat woman.
She was.
Was she
Rubenesque?
standing guard?
Was
I-
she clothed?
I refer to her as Snorlax.
Was she standing guard though?
No, she was just like sitting.
She was blocking the road, and we had to find the flute to play
She
the
was
song
sitting in
to
like
wake
an
her up.
upright position, just kind of like dozing off, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And there was very loud sex happening in the tent behind her, and I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, "Tom, you all right in there?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Comes up from the right. I was like, "The hell's?" It's like, "Who the fuck's in the tent?" He goes, "It's Jerry." I go,
You fucking Jerry?
"Who's Jerry?" No, Tommy was not in the tent.
I'm confused. So Tommy came out of the tent.
No, Tommy came out. He just walked up to me from the right.
Oh,
and was
okay.
like, "Yeah, I'm fine. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Who's having sex in that tent?" And he was like, "Jerry." I was like, "With who?" He was like, "Effie." I was like, "Who the fuck is Effie?" He goes, "We found her." I go, "What do you mean you found her?"
She was just thumbing it on the road, man.
He was like, "Oh, she's mad at her boyfriend." And I was like,
They always are.
"She seems pretty mad. What's going on?" He was like, "Well, it was just my turn. Then Jerry came in, and I'm gonna go back." And I was like, "What?"
Guys, here's a bit of a relationship advice. And again, I'm 107 years old, and I've been in a bunch of relationships, okay? But listen closely, because I swear that this is golden advice. If your girlfriend You reach a point in your relationship where your girlfriend is just mad at you all the time, no matter what you do, right? So, like, let's say, when you first start dating her and things are hot and heavy and you're so in love, and she gets mad at you for shit that she should get mad at you for, right? Like, you said you were going to pick me up at 7 and you woke up at 7 and you didn't get here till 8:30 and, like, you ruined the plans or whatever. Like, she should get mad at you for that. But then when she gets mad at you for, like, you brought her flowers, but they weren't the right kind of flowers, or like you showed up 3.5 minutes late, and like shit like that. That's because she wants to fuck somebody else, so she's just looking for an excuse to be mad at you, so that she can fuck somebody else without feeling bad about it. So when that starts happening, just end it, dude.
Let Effie
Or
go.
you're setting yourself up for heartbreak.
Well, this
When that starts happening like 5, 6, 7 times a week, like just be like, I'm done with this shit. Like just end it, man.
Well, this nice lady, I had the pleasure of then going to my tent, which was, I don't know, 10 yards away, and my girlfriend was laying in it upset.
You know what the best part is that you're talking about that woman that's having sex, and she's in a tent. She could hear every word that you're
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can hear
It's
it.
not like you're behind a
Sometimes
closed
people
door.
forget that people can hear you. Like when
Oh,
you're
I
in a
didn't
tent,
forget
like-
anything.
No, I'm not saying that you did, but it is true. Like when you're on a camping trip, like people will be having a full conversation,
Yeah, you can hear
and
it.
sure, they're probably 30 or 40 yards away from you, but you can still hear them
Yeah,
clear.
it's an
as a
open
bell.
field. Yeah. But so I'm laying in my tent.
You better be whispering.
My girlfriend is angrily laying there like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, well, it seems Tom and Jerry are creating a tag team and they're going to be the champions. And the match is not finished. And then you just hear like, spit on me. And
They're going in overtime. And I hope it's a pay-per-view or some parents are going to be upset.
Yeah. And then it's just, you hear like, smack me. And it's just like thumps. And it's, yeah, harder. And it's just, you hear, like, I was like, God damn, dude. So she could hear me go, God damn, dude. And Jerry just starts laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
And he goes, show me what you got. And then just fucking, you hear him smack. It sounds like he fucking, I don't know. It sounded like he high-fived Andre the Giant. It was nuts.
Man, there's a threshold. I've again, this is weird, because I'm dating your sister, but I've had rough sexual experiences before where girls are like want rough things. I had this one girl who like really wanted me to bite on her nipples.
Oh, this
right?
girl was into it. And then
Yeah, this girl was into it too. She told me to do it. She was like, bite my nipples. So I
Jerry
did.
was done and goes, who do you want now? And she goes, anyone.
Jeez, yeah, no, you definitely said that on the way.
And I was like,
fucking wild.
that's crazy. So my brother gets back in.
Did she? What would her bat symbol look like? If they project it onto the clouds.
Like this.
For all of our thousands, millions of adoring fans, we need someone to send in their artistic idea of what
Their FE.
this total. What would her bat?
It looks like an
symbol
F that's getting fondled.
And by the way, I don't know who this girl is, but she's pretty awesome.
Well, so now Tommy gets back
God
in.
bless her soul. I hope she's okay. I hope that jaw heals fine.
Tommy gets back in there.
It's all
tagged
healed
in.
up. I hope she's not talking with a slack jaw.
He gets a hot tag, and
I hope she's found her peace.
Sam has now had it and gets out and is like, "Get your fucking
Yeah,
whore
I
and
remember
get
this.
the fuck out of here. Take this fucking slobby fat
Joe,
person.
we're
get her the
rehashing
fuck
stories
out of
from the other podcast here. I'm trying to tell you a hot nipple story, and you're covering it up with a story from the last
Well,
podcast.
I didn't get to the finale of this story yet.
I just want to know what the
all right.
Snorlax is doing.
She was just sitting there. She was like, I don't know. I found this girl today. I'm
Was
just
she
making sure she's
guarding
okay.
the entrance to the tent?
Oh wait,
She was
she also
She
just
just
met her?
met this girl that day.
Oh,
She was trying to get tagged in.
they were fast friends.
Well, so she never got tagged in, and now she goes to walk away, and she's like, "Oh fuck, dude, I don't know where my site is." And Tommy's like, "I don't give a fuck."
So her
Too bad.
her new friend was the lightning Pokemon.
Yeah. And then
Fast. She
So-
had quick. She had the quick attack.
yeah, and then the next morning, Tommy comes to me and goes, "Hey, can we drive her home?" I go, "No," and he goes, "Huh, I tried," and walks away to go tell her. He's like,
Oh man.
"Oh, she said she
Did
doesn't
she
have a
look
ride.
like?
Her boyfriend left her here." I
Did
was
she
like,
look beat up?
"Oh yeah, I didn't see her the next day, but
Oh,
she
you
had
didn't.
to be."
Fuck.
She
See, this is why we need Jerry.
she
We need
had
Jerry
to be,
like.
she had to
did
be
she look good?
concussed.
Like, did Jerry wake up next to this girl and was like,
No,
what
she-
did I do?
She got kicked
Like,
out of the tent, so she had to leave.
They just
Tom-
like finished
Tommy-
and were like,
Tommy and Jer-
get to stepping.
Yeah, and Tommy and Jerry slept in that tent.
Christ Almighty, dude. Fuck.
Tom and Jerry
I don't have
slept
that in me, man. I was raised by women. Like I don't have that in me. Like,
It
I
was
really don't.
it was nuts, dude. Well, Sam's the one who kicked him off the campsite, and then the next morning, all the guys who were with us for brew canoe were like, "So that was pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, it's fucking
Like
nuts.
something crazy happening in this tent." I was like, "Nope, not my tent."
I've heard other people like having like crazy sex in the other room before, and it was hilarious. Like it was really funny. My friend Jose from back in the day, like was, and
Jose from the day is a cool name.
Jose from the day, yeah. He we all got like super shit faced drunk at a party one time, and like we all fell asleep in the living room, and then he had started dating this girl. She had a funny nickname, I can't remember what it was. Fuck, it'll come to me. And yeah, like that was the night they started hooking up again, and he was fucking her in his room, and it was like hilarious. Like you just heard like the dresser banging against. He was just like, look at me, and she's like, oh yeah, baby, yeah. It was so intense. I was like, yo, they have to be faking this. Like they have to be in there just like, yo, let's give them a show out there. Like, like apparently not. Their whole relationship was like crazy. It was like so toxic and like so overly passionate. They'd go from like fist fighting in the living room in front of us where we were like, yo, we should call the police, to like fucking on the kitchen floor like while we were playing Street Fighter in the living room. We'd be like, dude, like this relationship has to end. Like, and he was never like that. Like he was always like a cool, chill, like stoner dude, and then all of a sudden he started dating this girl again, and like he just turned into like an animal. Like, it was crazy. It was like Ron Swanson's first wife or whatever.
Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy.
All right. Well, I'd say we've done it. We are.
Did anyone
We're
call
wrapping
that
this up.
number yet?
What are we at right now?
No, we have no calls yet. So call.
We're gonna get there, guys.
973.
We're gonna get there. We're only episode 6.
What is it? 555
973-559-3328.
3328.
Shit, I'll call the number. You know, I could do some silly voices.
Yeah,
you know?
you can leave us voicemails. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming, and it's time for the outro.
Really upset you didn't let me tell the nipple story.